Anant Chaturdashi. Anant Chaturdashi is an auspicious festival observed and celebrated by Sanatana Vedic Hindu Dharma. It is a day with highly positive vibrations. Anant Chaturdashi is the last day of the 10-day long Ganeshotsav as well, and therefore is known as ganeshcharthi, whereby devotees say goodbye to Lord Ganesh, and by Anant Chaturdashi, Ganesh Visarjan. This auspicious and holy day is also dedicated to Lord Vishnu, who is worshipped in his Anant, infinite form. It is a common practice for devotees to observe Anant Vrat to get rid of karmic reactions, sorrows and sufferings. The word Anant means endless, and Vishnu's reclining posture signifies the state of spiritual rest and is in the form of Narayan before the evolution of the cosmos. Anant Chaturdashi falls on the 14th day of Shukla Pak's waxing moon phase of Bhadrapad month, and as per the Gregorian calendar it falls in August-September. Anant Chaturdashi reminds us about Lord Vishnu resting calmly on a bed of snakes, sheshnag. One should remain undisturbed by happiness and sorrow and remain balanced in both situations. Only a person who remains in equilibrium realizes his true self. Lord Ganesh represents the body consciousness, which comes as a temple for the soul. The body has to finally dissolve in Paramatma, and hence on Anant Chaturdashi or Ganeshcharthi, Lord Ganesh is submerged. At the same time, everyone gives him an invitation to come back the following year. The celebration of this Anant Chaturdashi, people perform puja and vidhi with devotion and faith. Anant Chaturdashi, the devotees make 14 long tilaks with kumkum or vermilion on a wooden plank and keep 14 fried breads and 14 malpuas, again sweet breads on the 14 tilaks. The family takes a bowl of panchamrit, a mixture of milk, curd, jaggery, honey and ghee or sugar, and keep it on the plank, denoting the divine ocean of the milk, the Shir Sagar in the Anant Chaturdashi Puja Vidhi. Taking 14 notes on a thread, meaning Lord Anant bound on a cucumber which is told 5 times in Panchamrit, which is the ocean of milk. This thread becomes like a Raksha Sutra or a protective thread, and it helps from protection from evil. After being troubled by her stepmother, Sushila left her father Suman, a Brahmin, along with her husband Kaundinya. On the way to the forest, they stopped by a river for a bath, and whilst Kaundinya bathed, Sushila went away and saw a group of women worshipping Lord Anant. One of them explained the rituals to her, an offering of ghara and anas, a sacred food along with flowers and oils and incense sticks to the Lord, as well as silk string known as Anant. Anant Chaturdashi Katha goes on to say that Sushila followed the Anant Puja rituals and prosperity made its way to her life until Kaundinya observed the Anant string on her arm. When asked by her husband, Sushila narrated the Anant Puja and how it brought prosperity. Kaundinya did not like his wife's belief about the Anant thread and Anant Puja. He told her that prosperity and success are due to one's intelligence and not due to some ritual, so he took the string off her arm and discarded it. This act was the cause of their misery and poverty which ensued until Kaundinya realized his mistake. The Katha goes on to say, atone for dishonoring Lord Anant. He went in the forest for tapasya and asked anyone or anything along the way if they had seen an Anant string. A worm-filled mango tree said no. A cow with her calf said no. A bull standing on the grass without grazing. Further, he saw two lakes adjacent to each other, with their waters mixing, saw a donkey and elephant, and none of them had. This story takes a dramatic turn. As overwhelmed with the grief, Kaundinya thought of hanging himself. An aged Brahmin stopped him and removed the rope from Kaundinya's neck and took him to a cave nearby. In the cave he saw only darkness. Walking a few steps, he saw the light getting brighter and brighter. And then there was a big palace they entered, where men and women welcomed them. Finally, the greatest light arrived, and that was presided by Lord Anant himself. Kaundinya looked sideways and found there was no Brahmin besides the Lord Vishnu himself. Realizing that it was Vishnu who saved him from hanging himself, he fell at the Lord's feet and confessed his sin. Lord Anant asked him to follow a 14-year vow to get rid of sinful reactions and attain opulence, wealth, children and happiness. Later on, Anant explained to him that the mango tree was a Brahmin who possessed immense knowledge but need not share with others. The cow was the earth that had consumed all the plant seeds. The bull personified religion stood on the field of green grass. The two lakes personified love between two sisters whose arms were spent on each other only. The donkey represented cruelty and anger, and the elephant was nothing but Kaundinya's pride of Lord Anant that gives us opportunity to learn from it and prove. Ganesh Chaturdashi is the last day of Ganesh Chaturdashi, also known as Anant Chaturdashi for Ganesh Visarjan. Those who pray to Lord Ganesh also worship Lord Vishnu, glorifying his divinity. One can observe the Anant Vrat and the Vedi from day to morning, and one can have fruits only once on that day. Rigid fasting suggested on this day for higher devotees who completely dedicate themselves to the service of Lord Vishnu. On Anant Chaturdashi, devotees visit the temple of Lord Krishna or Vishnu, and praying to the Vishnu yantras on this day is one of the best ways to worship Lord Vishnu. On this holy day of Anant Chaturdashi, devotees meditate on Lord Vishnu with his mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This mantra, so powerful, was given by Maharishi Narad to Dhruv Maharaj as described in the Srimad Bhagavad Purana, chapter 4, 8.54. Devotees can offer flowers and chant Vishnu Sahasranam, the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu, and this Vishnu Stotram of 1,000 names has a purifying effect on the mind and the body. One can play it in the morning while engaging in daily chores of the Anant Chaturdashi. Devotees also